सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। There is something. Yes. ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। We'll read the first sloka from the first sloka of the second chapter. अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः संजय उवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः। श्रीभगवानुवाच कुतस्त्वाकश्मलमिदम् विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टमस्वर्ग्यम् अकीर्तिकरमर्जुन क्लेब्यं मास्मगमः पार्थ नैतत्त्वय्युपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदय दौर्बल्यम् त्यक्त्वोत्तिष्ठ परन्तप। As we have seen earlier, the main teaching of Bhagavad Gita starts from the 11th verse of the second chapter. Ashocyanan vasochastam prajnavadanscha bhashase. Before that, this background story is given. And in this background story, the first chapter talked about the analysis of the problem of samsara. When we say a person has the samsara, what does it mean? that was shown in the first chapter. Raga, attachment, shokaha, grief, moha, delusion. They were presented in the first chapter. And we saw that last shloka said that Arjuna is sitting, rathopastha upavishatu. He sat at the back of the chariot, shoka samvigna manasa, with his mind filled with shoka, afflicted with sorrow. And then second chapter starts with Sanjaya introducing Bhagavan's statement to Arjuna. He said, Arjuna, who was kripaya vishtam, was overpowered by the attachment, Ashrupurna Kulekshanam, having his eyes full of tears, and because of that blurred eyes, Vishidantam, grieving. So Kripaya is the problem of raga, Vishidantam is problem of shoka, and moha also is to be understood. To that Arjuna, Madhusudanaha, Bhagavan Sri Krishna told the following sentence. And that was given in the second and third. Bhagavan does not start his statement with the teaching of Shastra. Teacher, the real teacher, will not have pressure to talk about Vedanta. Which is Swamiji used to say nicely. He said, I can stay with the person for 20 years without talking about Vedanta. Those who have learned Vedanta newly, they will be over enthusiastic. You know what is Atma? You know who you are? You don't know? What is this? So you, this is like a new entrance, Then you enter into Vedanta newly, this is what happens. I remember it happened with me. So when I met my teacher and he explained to me what is this word, how this word is Ishvara and all this Upadana Nimitta Karana, I was so impressed by that. I was just studying in this 11th standard. And the next day itself, I asked my friend, what is God? So that happens when you become over enthusiastic without assimilation. According to our Shastra, we should teach Vedanta only when asked. Without being asked, if you teach, it will not have value. One girl was telling me in Bangalore, Swamiji, you are giving only 1 hour class to my mother, but we have to listen to 23 hours Vedanta class. She keeps on talking about this. So that is not done by the teacher. So here Bhagavan doesn't start his teaching with Vedanta. He simply gives pep talk. Like a friend say, hey, what are you doing? Hey, it's not proper. Get up. Like that a friend talks to a friend. So Bhagavan said, Kutasva kashmalavidam vishame samupasthitam. This type of kashmalam, this dejection, wrong thinking, where from it has come to you? And this type of thinking is anaryam. Anarya dushtam, not entertained by noble people, nor it is going to lead you to higher lokas, nor it is going to give you a good fame, good name. So this type of kashmalam, wrong thinking, dejection is not proper. Where from it has come? You are supposed to be a very strong person. How come it happens to you? And then Bhagavan said, Klebyam masma gamaha. May you not resort to unmanliness, a very strong word for a person who is considered to be a very heroic man, one brave man, and that person is told that don't have unmanliness. And then he says, it is not proper for you. Hey Partha, tvayi etat na upapadyate. If other people do like this, is understandable. Arjuna, you, by whose name people get inspiration, that type of Arjuna will not have. It doesn't befit you. It is not suitable to your image. It is not suitable to your dignity. Etatvai na upapadyate. In our tradition, it is said that when there is a big danger and if you chant Arjuna's 10 names, then danger will go away. What are the 10 names? Arjunaha, Falguno, Jishnu, Kiriti, Shvetavahanaha, Bibhatsu, Vijayo Krishnaha, Sabyasachi, Dhananjayaha. So if person repeats Arjuna's name, then fear will go away. That type of brave person Arjuna has been. And therefore, etatvai na upapadyate. It is not proper. A person who is supposed to be epitome of Vairagya and he is crying because his Shishya died. So that is not correct. It happened when Swamiji's Shishya died, to Swamiji was crying. So disciples will be embarrassed. They say, so it is not proper. It is not befitting. Therefore what? Hey Parantapa, hey Arjuna, Kshudram Hridaya Daurbalyam Tyaktva. Having given up the weakness of the heart, which is Kshudram, which is mean, which is very low, having given up this, Uttishta, may you get up. Getting up is the sign of readiness to do what is to be done. So when Bhagavan says, get up, Arjuna says, yes, I will get up and go to Rishikesh. So therefore, Yuddhartham Uttishta. May you get up for doing your duty. So Uttishta means be ready to do what is to be done. You are running away from your duty. A human being has this tendency. Human being tries to find some escape route. Most of the people want easy option. And that is why we keep on procrastinating. Why do we procrastinate? Tomorrow we'll do. Why? Because we are afraid of failure. So it is best decision. Any meeting, I have conducted so many meetings, so I know. What decision is taken first, we will do it later. That decision is accepted by all. Yes, we will do it later. Procrastination seems to be the choice of almost everybody. It's a wrong thing. So Bhagavan says, Arjuna, don't take this escape route. Arjuna's thinking was what? Running away from the situation and go to the forest and live a life like a sannyasi. He was not fit for that mentally. And therefore Bhagavan says, Uttishta, may you get up. Arjuna, this is not right time for these emotional things. We will have, you are missing your relatives, etc. That part we will see. One Swamiji in Rishikesh used to give this example. He said, when Arjuna was doing like this, Bhagavan as if say to a bridegroom, imagine, a marriage is already fixed. Bridegroom, he has come, bride has come, and bridegroom is telling, what will happen to my bachelorhood? My freedom will go. I can't go out with my friends. All this. So he is crying. Bride should cry because she is leaving home. This bridegroom is crying. Then he said, elders will say, okay, nothing will happen. We also married. See, we are happy. She is smiling. Some pep talk will be given. That time, Upadesha is not required. So Bhagavan tried to do that. Arjuna, you get up. See how I am here. So you also do what is to be done. See, I am doing what is to be done. You also do. Uttishta. And don't have this weakness of the heart. Don't have unmanliness. And these type of words used by Bhagavan created a strong response in Arjuna. And Arjuna feels that he is misunderstood by the Lord. And he said, don't think that I am afraid of fighting with them and therefore I am running away. My consideration is different. And that's what he says in the next shloka. Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Uvacha
Katham Bhishmamaham Sankhye
Katam Bhishmamaham Sankhe
Dronancha Madhusudana
Dronancha Madhusudana
Ishubhih Pratiyotsyami
Ishubhi Pratiyosami
Pujarha Varisudana.
Pujarha Varisudana.
So listening to Bhagavan's statement that you give up your unmanliness, get up, don't go for escape route. All this when he heard, Arjuna feels that I gave such a long presentation of my idea in the first chapter. Bhagavan has not understood. Most of the people feel misunderstood in life. This is one of the issue almost everybody has. One lady was telling me, Swamiji, I have married to this man for 25 years, but he doesn't understand me. When I tell you, if I ask her husband, he also will say the same thing. So this is the issue of most of the people. What? I am not understood. Not understood is one issue. Misunderstood, double problem. Not only not understood, misunderstood. So Arjuna also, like any other samsari, he is also feeling what? I am misunderstood by Bhagavan. Therefore he is telling me like this. It is something like, I stop taking sweet and somebody says, oh, you want to save money? And therefore, hey, why are you saving money? Money is for enjoyment only, Why you are giving up sweet just to save few rupees? Then what do I feel? See, I am not giving up sweet for saving money. To just reduce my belly, I am reducing sweet. So you feel misunderstood. So Arjuna also is feeling that I am not understood, is rather misunderstood by Bhagavan. But the fact was, it is not that Bhagavan has not understood Arjuna. Arjuna did not understand Bhagavan. So sometimes what happens, seeing other person response, we think that we are not understood by that person. Really speaking, we have not understood that person. And one funny thing is, most of the people complain that I am not understood, I am misunderstood. But how much do we try to understand the person? We complain what? I am not understood, I am misunderstood. But do we sincerely try to understand other person or to avoid any misunderstanding? Generally we don't. You know why? Why I am saying this? Because if you understand a person, the result of understanding the person is the acceptance of the person. Like titration, they say, no, until this pink color comes, you have to keep on adding these chemicals. Similarly, you have to keep on understanding the person till the result of acceptance comes. That is the indication of your completion of understanding other person. If you have understood the person correctly, completely, then the final result will be what? Acceptance. If you say that, Swamiji, I have understood this fellow, but I can't accept that fellow, it means your understanding is not complete. This is a very important principle in relationship. Many relationships have got conflict because we think we understand the person, but we have not understood the person. If you really understand the person, then final response will be only this. This person is Thane. Thane means he or she is in order. Till that outcome comes, keep on understanding different layers you have to understand about the person. This is incidentally, but Arjuna feels that I am not understood by Bhagavan. And Pujya Swamiji used to say one thing very nicely. He says many people have the feeling of loneliness. Swamiji, I feel lonely. Hey, Pujya Swamiji, how can you feel lonely? We have got 7 billion, 8 billion now. 8 billion people have come on this earth. 8 billion people are there, not come. So many have come, more than that. Come and gone also. But when 8 billion people are there, how can you feel lonely? People say that, Swamiji, I feel lonely. Which Swamiji very nicely said. Feeling lonely means feeling not understood. When you are feeling lonely, it means you feel you are not understood, you are not understood enough, or you feel misunderstood. When you feel understood, you will not feel lonely. So Arjuna is feeling that Bhagavan did not understand. And we have got one more problem, that if some outside people did not understand us, we don't have so much frustration. My own people, Swamiji, my own father is doubting me, my own son is telling me, my own spouse, we have extra pain. We have extra pain of being misunderstood by our near and dear ones. Out of everybody, you misunderstood me. So Arjuna has similar thing. Because Arjuna and Krishna are very close friends. They are almost of same age. In fact, their name also is same. Arjuna's one name is Krishna only. So they have shared very good, very close bond. Therefore, Arjuna feels that Krishna, you did not understand me. What is this? So that's what he is saying here. Hey Madhusudana, oh Krishna, Katham, how? Pratiyotsyami, how will I fight against Bhishma Pitama, my grandfather, and Dronamcha, my guru? How can I fight against Bhishma and Drona, who are my elders, who are my guru? Fight with what? Ishubhihi, with arrows. How can I fight with Bhishma and Drona with arrows? Why you can't fight? Because yataha tau pujarho, they are worshipable. I should throw the flowers on them. How can I throw the arrows? Ishubhi katham pratiyotsyami. They deserve my worship. Pujarho means they deserve my worship, not fight. And in Shastra it is said, with gurus, you should not have even fight for fun. Even for fun. Even verbally you should not fight. You can have discussion. But in discussion, the teacher is telling something which is against your belief and what is this? That is considered to be very, very inappropriate. There is one shloka which says, Gurum hum krutya tum krutya viparajitya vadataha shmashane jayate vrikshaha kanka grudropa sevinaha. So when such attitude, means, who are you? What do you think yourself to be? That type of message. Has got that type of message. If it is said like this, tum, what are you, fellow? So like that, if somebody says like this, then in the next janma, according to Shastra, in the next janma, person will become a tree. Nice, Swamiji, I like to be green. So, but not his ordinary tree. Kanka grudropa sevinaha, a tree in the cremation ground where the vultures will be coming. So, therefore, even for fun or even at verbal level, the fight with the guru is considered to be inappropriate. So, when even verbally I cannot fight with my guru, vachapi yuddham ayuktam, when that itself is improper, where is the question of my fighting with the arrows? Even for fun I cannot fight. How can I fight which is going to result in their death? It is improper. So Bhagavan Arjuna wants to say, Bhagavan, you think that I want to run away out of fear of them? It's not true. I want to run away from this situation because of my love and respect for them. Because I love them, I respect them, and therefore I don't want to have this war which involves their killing. So don't misunderstand me that I am coward, I'm very weak person, weak minded person. Don't misconclude like this. So you have different situation. Therefore use these two words. Madhusudana, destroyer of Madhu. We have seen in the last class. Madhu is a name of a Rakshasa. So Bhagavan says, Arjuna says, you are the destroyer of Rakshasa. Arisudana, you are destroyer of enemies. Whereas I have to kill the people who are not Rakshasas. They are Pujarho. They are worshipable people. So Bhagavan, your job was easy. I also have done jobs like you. I also have killed many Rakshasas when I went to this Indra Loka. That was not a problem. But I have to kill this Pujarho, worshipable people. And Arisudana, you have to kill enemies. Whereas I have to kill whom? My own people. You are Arisudana, whereas you ask me to become Swajana Sudana. You want me to be the destroyer of my own relatives. So don't think that I am running away. I also can do what you have done, but my situation is different. Therefore, please try to understand me. Don't misunderstand and give such comments. Klebhyama Smagama Partha. It's not correct here. It's a misunderstanding. So that's what Arjuna feels very strong about what has been told, and he tries to remove the misunderstanding in his perception, which was really not a misunderstanding. But in his perception, whatever misunderstanding he thought Krishna has, he tried to remove. And now, in the next sloka, somebody is answering a possible doubt. That somebody says, if you don't fight, and then what will be the outcome? You have to run away from this place. You don't fight, then you cannot stay here. You have to run away. You will not get kingdom. And then you have to go to the forest because no land they will give you. And how will you survive? Arjuna says, I have already thought over that. How will I survive? I will survive on Bhiksha. Bhiksha means begging alms. That's what he says in the next sloka. Guru nahatva hi mahanubhavan Shreyo bhoktum bhaikshyamapiha loke Hatvartha kamanstu guruni haiva Bhunjiya bhogan rudira pradigdhan. So Arjuna says, I have got two options. One option is that I avoid this war, not killing my gurus and elders, and live on bhiksha, live on begging. This is one option. Not killing my gurus, avoiding this war, I have to live on bhiksha, I have to live on begging. Second option is, I kill my all relatives and enjoy the objects of kingdom. These are the two options. Kill my guru and elders and enjoy the bhogas, enjoy the objects of desire. Arjuna says, I would prefer the first option. What is the first option? Not killing my gurus, leading very hard life, simple hard life with minimum resources, living on begging is not a very respectful, but that I prefer. That's what he says. Gurun ahatva, without killing my gurus and elders. Gurus means teachers and elders who are he well known, or indeed Mahanubhavan means the people of great glories. Anubhava means glorious. Mahan means great. Not killing the people of great glories like Bhishma Pitamaha, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, not killing them. Bheksham bhoktum shreyaha. Shreya means it is better. What? Bhoktum bheksham. Bhikshanam samuha. The collection of alms, collection of this begging. To eat that what is being collected by begging is better. Bheksham bhoktum shreyaha. It is better to live on alms, live on this begging. Ihaloke, in this world. Why? Because I will feel good about it, that I did not kill anybody, and even though I have to face hardship, but I saved my people. Therefore, I feel this is very good. Run away from this and live like a beggar, begging like I lead my life or survive myself by begging. That is better. On the other hand, the other option is a horrible option. What? Hatva gurun. Killing my gurus, killing my teachers and elders. Bhunjiya. I will be experiencing what? Arthakaman. Bhogan. The pleasure. I will be enjoying the bhogas, the pleasure related to wealth and sense objects. Means I will be enjoying some power, I will be enjoying a lot of wealth, I will be enjoying good music, good food, everything. All will be there, but all these bhogas will be what? Rudera pradigdhan. They will be soaked with, stained with blood of my teachers and elders. It's a figurative expression. All the bhogas I would be experiencing, which would be stained with blood. Means what? When I am eating some nice rasgulla, gulab jamun, that time I will remember this is I am getting by killing my guru. So in gulab jamun I will see my guru. In rasgulla I will see Bhishma Pitama. In pudi I will see Duryodhana. So I will be seeing them and how they were killed, they were bleeding was there. All this will come to my mind. And we have seen that guilt is a very powerful emotion. It cripples the person. It saddens the person so much. If a person has got guilt, he cannot enjoy any bhoga. Only one bhoga perhaps he find comfortable is alcohol, etc., where he has to dull his mind, stupefy his mind. Otherwise, he cannot enjoy. Guilt is very, very crippling. Guilt is very, very saddening. So Arjuna says, if I win this war by killing my relatives, I would be experiencing those bhogas which will be stained with the blood of my relatives. And how can I enjoy? I cannot enjoy. Whereas if I leave everything and I will be eating dry rotis without ghee, he is North Indian, so ghee wala roti chahiye. So he said, even though it is a dry roti, but still I will enjoy it. Why? I will not have guilt. In our life also we have seen that when we have got simple objects, simple things, simple comforts, minimum comforts, but conflicts are less, guilt is less, then we enjoy it more. Whereas the people who have got so much luxuries, every room AC room, every room have got lot of furniture, imported furniture, exotic furniture, but all the time this fighting is there, threats are there, they cannot enjoy. They commit suicide most of the time. So therefore Arjuna says, I don't want to have the comforts with guilt. You please switch off. Huh? Okay, no problem. It happens. So Arjuna says, I would prefer the first option. Shreya, this is better. What? Lead simple life without guilt. Peaceful like this, no? Shanti ki jivan, Shanti ki jindagi. So I want to live life of peace without guilt. And therefore, running away from this war, saving my relatives, and later on leading the life on bhiksha, alms, that is better option. Rather than winning this war by killing my people and enjoying the objects. Bhagavan kept quiet. Bhagavan, he did not understand me. But Bhagavan doesn't have problem. See, maturity is this. That I try to understand others, but if I am not understood by others, I accept it. See, if somebody misunderstands me, I take it as understandable. That is the maturity. When you can say, yes, my being misunderstood is understandable. Your misunderstanding of me is understandable. If you can say this, you are a mature person. In this area, you are mature. So we don't complain about misunderstanding. We try to live a life of clarity so that people will have less misunderstanding, but you cannot avoid misunderstanding of people, misunderstanding by others. Bhagavan Sri Krishna was misunderstood. Whenever you have a problem, no, that, oh, I am misunderstood, you remember Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Bhagavan Sri Krishna was misunderstood as a thief. Not as a makhan chor, not as that, not as butter thief. He was accused of stealing Samantaka money. Not even he was a child, when he was elder, adult. That time his own people said, maybe Krishna has taken away this gem. Why? Because Krishna had told the person was having, Satrajit or somebody was having this money. Krishna said this much, because that money was giving every day some 1 ton gold or something. He said it will be useful for our country, you put it in treasury. Maybe he will give you some commission out of that. That is my addition. And that person, no, why should I give? Okay, don't give. Since Krishna had suggested this and that money was lost, that everybody naturally thought, see, Krishna had asked for it and he did not give, therefore he stole the. Anyway, he is a thief. From childhood he is doing this. So even Krishna was accused. Misunderstanding is understandable. That is maturity. When you can handle the misunderstanding of others. When you can handle non-acceptance of others. Swamiji doesn't accept me. I accept, if maturity is this, I accept your non-acceptance of me. Your non-acceptance is acceptable to me. Means what? Based on your non-acceptance, I am not going to reject myself. Based on your non-acceptance, I am not going to stop my acceptance of you. Generally, our equation is what? You don't accept me, I will not accept you. We children like, you don't accept me, why should I accept you? No. That is immaturity, that is childishness. I think I must have told her, somebody told Puja Swamiji, Swamiji, I gave up on you. Swamiji says, I did not give up on you. You gave up on me, I did not give up on you. That is maturity. That people may reject me, I will not reject you. That shows that you have enough self-acceptance. We are disturbed by non-acceptance by others because we do not have enough self-acceptance. When I accept myself as I am and I am very much abiding in that, my self-acceptance is very strong, then I will not be bothered by rejection of others. Rejection by others. It is something like, you know English very well. and somebody tells you, do you know alphabets, English alphabets? No. If you have got full acceptance of your English knowledge, you will be amused by that. Right? Because you know English. Or somebody Sanskrit, somebody says, Swami, आप संस्कृत भी पढ़ सकते हैं क्या? Can you read Sanskrit, Swami ji? Can you read? I should not feel insulted by that. He doesn't know. He thinks generally all sadhus, many sadhus in Rishikesh, they don't know much. So he may think like this. Or especially for sadhus, people nowadays it will change, but earlier they used to, sadhus means they are uneducated. So like Swami Vivekananda was traveling, that these other educated people were talking in English, thinking that sadhu will not understand. So when people have got some low opinion about you or rejection, that can be acceptable to you, and you have full acceptance of yourself. And that is incidental but useful, therefore I am bringing it. The idea is that Bhagavan did not feel bad about Arjuna's misunderstanding. Arjuna is telling, you are misunderstanding me. This was a misunderstanding. It's not Bhagavan misunderstood. So Bhagavan did not have problems. He kept on listening. Arjuna said, you have misunderstood me. Okay, Bhagavan smiled at it. Bhagavan said, और कुछ कहना है? You have something more to say? Yes, I have so much to say. So then he is telling further in the next shloka. न चैतद्विद्मः कतरन्नो गरीयः
न चैतद्विद्मः कतरन्नो गरीयः
यद्वा जयेम यदि वा नो जयेयुः
यद्वा जयेम यदि वा नो जयेयुः
यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामः
यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामः
देव स्थिताः प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्राः
देव स्थिताः प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्राः.
In the previous shloka, Arjuna declared his decision about the situation. He gave his verdict. Bhagavan did not ask him, what do you think, Arjuna? He did not say. Arjuna said, this is my decision. What? Living this war, living on Bhiksha is better than killing my gurus. That was a decision, wrong decision. Why it was a wrong decision? Because there was no choice between the comforts and relatives. If there was a choice between comforts and relatives, and he chose relatives, is a correct thing. Person can choose relatives, person can choose comforts. Like some people say, I am getting a very good job in the US, but I don't want to leave my relatives, therefore I will not go for it. Even though it is paying me a lot, but I don't care for that. I want to be with my people. My children are there. I want my children to have parents when they are growing. What is the use of money when children don't have their parents around? So I want. All right, nothing wrong. It's a correct decision if he wants to make it. Some people say, no, I will go abroad and I will earn more money for my children so they can have better education. That also is correct. It's a different way of thinking. So when such choice is there and person makes either of the two, understandable. But Arjuna missed this point. There is no choice between the relatives and wealth. There was a choice between relatives and dharma. And between this dharma and relatives, he should have chosen dharma. That part was missing. And in his misunderstanding, he was very firm. In fact, that is what happens. The people who have got right understanding, to some extent, they are not confident. And the people who have got wrong understanding, they are highly confident. I have seen that, you also might have seen. The people with wrong understanding are more confident than the people with right understanding. That is why they prevail. The people with wrong understanding prevail because they have a lot of confidence. And other thing, majority also. Majority also on that side. Right understanding people are in always minority. So Arjuna was having wrong understanding and firmness in wrong understanding. From that, he comes down. From misunderstanding with firmness, wrong conviction, from that state, he comes down. He comes down to the state of doubt. Generally, we consider doubts are not good. But in some situation, doubtful state is a progress compared to the wrong conviction. Compared to the firmness with wrong understanding, coming to doubtful state is a progress. Good thing. Yes, at least you have a doubt, means you are not holding on to the previous wrong view with so much stubbornness. You are flexible now. When doubtful state is there, you are flexible. You are ready to explore both the options. And that is what is expressed here, described here in this shloka. Now Arjuna comes little bit down. It's like a marriage situation. Some boys will say, I will not marry, I will not marry. Conviction. Then from that they come down. What? Marriage also is not a bad option. Marriage also is okay, remaining bachelor also is okay. Progress. It is the progress. Parents will be happy to hear this. We thoda line pe aa raha hai. So this is what Arjuna also is coming down. From wrong conviction, he is coming to a doubtful state. What is doubtful? He says, Etad na vidmaha. We do not know this. Katarat naha gariyaha. Which option is better for us? Naha means for us. I do not know, or we do not know rather, which one is better option. He includes Arjuna also, Krishna also. We don't know. Once I know, you don't know. See, when you are not confident, you always want to take somebody's company with you. So, so Arjuna is telling, we don't know which one is better option of these two. Katarat means either of these two. Which one is better? What are the two options? One is Bhikshashana, other is Yuddha. Two options he talked about in the previous one. One is remaining on Bhiksha, not killing the relatives. Running away from this duty and living on Bhiksha. That is one option. Other option is Yuddha, doing one's duty. Between these two options, which one is better, I don't know. In the previous shloka, what he said? That living on Bhiksha is better. Now he is telling, I don't know. Like this he became. He said like this. How is your married life? Like this. That's what they say. This is an expression. So, Arjuna is telling that between this living on Bhiksha and fight, which one is better, we don't know. Why? Because both have got plus minus. The first option of running away from this war and living on Bhiksha has got one plus point. What is the plus point? Himsa shunyatvam. Not killing the relatives. That is the option. That is one plus point of that. But it has got minus point. Minus point is what? Generally the Kshatriyas are considered to be dutiful and running away will not look nice. So I may be considered to be, having dereliction of my duty, running away from duty. Therefore, it has got some plus, some minus. Second option is what? Going for this war. It has got plus point. Why? It is Swadharma. It is considered to be generally the duty of Kshatriya. Minus point what? It involves lot of himsa. Both. That's why many people, they have got problem. That married life is better or remaining bachelor is better. So all that I will write plus points of remaining bachelor, minus point of bachelor, and plus point of married life. minus point married life. And all the time he always feeling this tilting balance this side or that side. And he keeps on thinking and becomes 60. So no problem. कोई लोग ऐसे ही रह जाते हैं. नहीं था, they wanted to remain brahmachari. This is how so he's not sure. Nowadays is a big problem. This is one of the issues parents have. Children also they have, but it goes to the parent. That initially this daughter or son will be saying, I don't want to marry. Don't talk about this. I don't want to marry. Let me enjoy my life. Let me enjoy my freedom. Okay, 25, 26, 70, not 70. 30, 27, 30, like that. Then parents keep on telling, see, alliance is going away, customer chala jata hai. And then by the time 35, 40, then I know one or two cases like this. Then parents are keep on, pleading and persuading. Then at the age of 40, he says, Appa, now you find out something. And I know one person, poor fellow, he is trying to get one alliance for his son. He is already 40, 42. And now anybody is on okay. Earlier, no, our this Iyer and Iyer this and all. Vadagama, something is there, no? Vadagama, something? Whatever it is there. So particular. Now, any Brahmana. So North Indian भी चलता है. पहले South Indian ही चाहिए. अभी सभी थी. Anybody is okay. Like one person was double graduate. Double graduate means postgraduate. People are double graduate बोलते हैं. So he said, I should have a girl. I should marry that girl who is minimum graduate. Not getting. Then after 2-3 years is नहीं बोले कि graduate नहीं SSC भी चलेगा. SSC also okay. 11th और 12th. नहीं ये भी वो भी चला गया 2-3 साल. Then बोले कि just 7th standard something reading writing. Then also 2-3 years gone. Then afterwards he says, बोले कि when I marry I will give education. So Arjuna had this first situation of running away from the duty, either two of them, Yuddha or Bhikshasana. And in Yuddha, also that options, some plus points were there, and remaining on Bhiksha, plus point, minus point, both were there. So he was struggling. So now he is in the state of confusion. And he says, moreover, we are not sure whether we will win over them or they will win over us. This is one interpretation. He says, Yadvajema yadiva naha jayeyuhu. Whether we would win over them, means we will win the war, or they also may win over us. Another interpretation is that we are not sure whether our winning this war is good or their winning war is good. Because both ways there is a lose-lose situation. They say, in war, nobody wins. This is a very nice statement. In the war, nobody wins. One who is physically lost, one who has physically lost whichever country, lost some territory, etc., is already lost. That is open. And the country which has won, that also has lost. You imagine Russia is winning to some extent. Is really winning? No. How many soldiers they have lost, and they have to get somebody from prison and all. जो कुछ भी काम के नहीं, cannot do anything. They were sent. So they also are losing. Therefore, Arjuna is telling whether we win over them or they win over us, it will be a lose-lose situation. In life, we should go for win-win situation, but he said we will have lose-lose situation. If we lose, we definitely lose. Even if we win, It will not be a real victory because we'll be winning only at the cost of losing our relatives. We can win only when they lose, and they will lose only when they are killed. In those days, the running away and all truths are not there. Finished. And therefore, if we win also, we'll be losing our relatives. And if we lose, definitely we lose. Therefore, this situation, if we start this war, there is going to be a lose-lose situation. And even if we win, it is not going to be a happy situation. He says, Yadev Hatvana Jiji Vishamaha. Killing whom? Killing which relatives we do not desire to live. Na Jiji Vishamaha. We don't desire to even live our life. Those people, Avasthitaha, are standing in front. No, they are standing, Pramukhe, in front. Who are they? Dhartarashtraha. The people related to Dhritarashtra, means his children and all the people in the army of this Kauravas. Bhishma, Pitama, Drona, all of them are called Dhartarashtra here in larger sense. So Arjuna says, I am very confused now. Both ways there are plus and minus. So now from false conviction, wrong conviction, he has come to the doubtful state, which is a progress. So somebody has doubts, no? Don't look down upon the person. He is coming from that wrong conviction state. So it's a good thing. Even in your life, you had wrong conviction, now you have got doubts, progress. And now, in the next shloka, which is one of the important shloka of this chapter, Arjuna is declaring his confusion, which is an important step in one's own growth. Most of the people have got the problem of denial of the problem. They deny the problem. I don't have problem. I'm okay. And even if somebody asks, they will say, no, I am okay. And inside he feels I am not okay. But there is a feeling of fear. There is a fear that if I admit my problem, I will be vulnerable. People will take advantage of me. People will look down upon me. Therefore, they don't admit their problem. In life, if you want to come out of the problem, first thing you do is admit the problem and ask for help if required. And that's what Arjuna is doing in the next shloka, which we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.